boys to the yard, 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 boys to the yard.
Hey guys, so Rihanna came out with another collection. It hasn't even been a month, or maybe it has. It's been only a month, and now this is the holiday collection. Yo, tell me this is not the prettiest packaging you've ever seen. Like, I don't care about packaging. Like, I throw it away. It's really honestly just a waste of y'all money putting all this work into packaging. My opinion, because I'm gonna throw it away anyways. But this is the first packaging, like, I used this last night and I just put it right back in the package. It's so pretty. Like, this yells Rihanna to me. I felt like the other packaging, it was cute or whatever, but it was more like Kim K. This is like, this is fire. This is fire as hell. So I got the eyeshadow palette, the Galaxy eyeshadow palette. I got a lip gloss in Spacesuit. And then I got a lipstick in Supernova. So basically I bought more than I told myself I would, but I wanted to get a little bit of something from everything. The only thing that's new in this collection that I did not get was the eyeliner, just because I felt like I really had no business getting expensive eyeliner when I have a bunch of cheap ones. But before I say anything about that, I did swatch everything in the store, and the eyeliner was really bomb because, like, let's see if I can explain this. So it's like regular, like the black one, for instance, a regular black eyeliner, but if you blend it out and smudge it out, all this glitter comes out. It's just like, I don't know, it just yells Rihanna. It's super glittery, it's super fun, and it gets even prettier. Look at this. Look at this. So this is, I did use it last night. I went out last night and I wanted to use it before I filmed. So it's completely shimmer. There are no mattes, which is a little odd, but I'm not complaining. Like, they're all really pretty and I can't wait to play with all of them. What I love is she has so many colors. It's so hard to pick a look. Like last night, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Right now, low-key don't know what I want to do. There is so much to play with here. This is actually my first time swatching all of them. So I'm like, oh my god. Okay, so here are some swatches. I will say that this is not doing it justice. I would say that they're more colorful. They look a little dull in this lighting. Let's see if we can zoom into some of them. Oh, this is so much. Oh, I'm just gonna zoom in. Ooh. So you can sort of see how sort of the texture, the colors, it's all super glittery. So if you're not into glittery, shimmery palettes, I say run. But I am, so I absolutely am obsessed. I tried to swatch as many as I could, but my arm is only this long. So here you go. Here are some of the colors. I'm sorry, y'all. This is not my dominant arm, but my dominant arm has a sleeve. So that would be really stupid to swatch there. But here in this lighting, you can take a better look at the palette. These are the colors. My first impression is that I think they're all super beautiful colors, really thought out. I will say that you could, like, the formula is different for a couple of them. Like, some of them are more pigmented. Like, for instance, this blue is less, I guess it's because it's the least glittery one. All right, let me compare them on. My point is that some of the glittery ones, you do have to pack it on a little bit more. So because of that, there's a bit of glittery fallout. It's not a lot, like, it's not intense, but that would be like my only con so far that I'm noticing, is that the glittery shades have a bit more fallout and they seem to apply a bit more patchy when you first put them on. But when you do build it up, it is pretty. And I mean, I can tell this is what she was going for. Like, she was going for super glittery fun. So far I like it. So I have to play with it a bit more. Okay, so obviously there aren't any mattes in this palette, so I do have to use another palette. So I use the 35B palette for some transition shades. I use what's left of my Violet Voss Holy Grail palette. Do not judge me. And I'm going to be using that cranberry shade, Wine and Dine. And I'm using the Juvia's Place Magic Palette, and I am using that deep purple color, and the name escapes me right now. It's the only dark purple color in the palette. So now I'm just going to cut my crease and get ready for this Fenty palette. So first I'm gonna apply it without spraying my brush, which is what I do a lot of the time when I'm using shimmers, because you know, a lot of them need some help. So I want to see what it look like without first. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I knew I had high hopes for this color. The second I saw this, the color stood out to me the most. I was gonna wear it last night, but I'm like, nah, I want to use it for this tutorial. Oh wow. I don't think I have to spray it. You see how like reflective and metallic that is? I honestly, like, from the swatches, like, I was leaning towards, oh, this palette is cool or whatever, but I wasn't like obsessed with it. Just sort of really the colors, but not the formula. But I lied. OMG. I'm not even halfway done with this look. Ugh. See, Rihanna is somebody who I would go poorer for so she could get richer. Like, that's how I feel about Rihanna. Okay, so that was Mars on Fire. And now I'm about to use Ultraviolet. And I'm going to put it on this end. I hope the fact that I didn't put it all over my lid, like, affects how it's going to come off. But like I said, I got really excited. Okay, so it looks like it may have affected it a little bit. But it's okay, that's why we have another eye. Jesus Christ. Rihanna, take this wheel. Rihanna. Alright, so I left some room right there to do the same thing I did on the other eye, but without getting a bit too excited. Oh wow, definitely. Can y'all see? Definitely makes a difference. Ooh! I can see more of the blue, like, undertone. All these colors are just so, like, not even duochromatic, because that's too, I don't know, I don't think there's a word. Triochromatic, that's not a word, but if it were, that's the word I'm looking for. I honestly just didn't expect to like this palette that much. It's just the swatches had me a little like, because didn't it look slightly patchy? I mean, I had a good experience yesterday, but it was such a simple look. So I'm doing my regular face using also other Fenty products. So I'm putting powder on my face just to fill in my pores because I don't know what's going on with my pores, but nowadays when I put foundation on, you could just see right through it. And then I'm using the Fenty Pro Filtr foundation in the shade 330 all over my face. I'm not going in depth about my foundation routine. It's in other videos that I have, so if you want to hear more about that, check out those other videos. And I'm using the contour stick in the shade Truffle, also from the Fenty Beauty collection. If you want to see a review on the face products and stuff that came out before the holiday collection, I also have a video. And just quickly explaining, for this contour stick, I felt like it was a bit dry, and I sort of like the lightweight texture, so I actually like to apply it on this Morphe E7 brush, I believe, and I apply it that way instead of directly onto my skin. And in this part, I feel like I just have to explain because it's a little random, but I spray myself twice. Once in the beginning after I put like a bunch of, you know, the major powders on, and I grab my beauty blender and I start just pat that onto my skin, and it makes my skin, my foundation, my makeup look like skin but better. To highlight, I'm using the MAC Soft Ochre. What? No, I'm not. That is an eye primer. I am using the MAC. What is it? To highlight, I'm using the MAC Show Gold Extra Dimension Skin Finish, and then the Cover FX Custom Drops in Rose Gold. I would have used my Fenty Beauty highlighter, but the only one I got from the last collection, which I want to get Hustle Baby, but I got Trophy Wife, which is like a greenish yellow. My blush fell on my palette. This is the saddest thing ever. And now I'm going to use the same colors I use on top, the matte colors that is, and just smoke out underneath my waterline. And I'm going to use this very, very pretty icy light blue, and I'm going to put it in the center of my eye. And oh my god, I love the shade so much. One of my favorites in the palette. Look at that. OMG. Rihanna did this, y'all. That's the final impression. Rihanna did this. Like, do I need to continue the tutorial? Like, oh my god. I'm going to use Supernova, Starlit, whatever I said the name was earlier. I will say so far, like just first impressions, this collection is not for the simple, the basic. Like this is, Rihanna's been looking like simple. Like Rihanna's looked simple, but she hasn't looked basic. You get what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna try. Oh shit. What is overdoing, right? Because a purple flecks, like in this lip gloss, go perfectly, actually. Holy Jesus Christ. Amen. Let's... Guys. Okay, let me stop making ugly, excited faces. I am obsessed with this palette, like this collection. I am obsessed with Fenty Beauty. If I like had any doubts, which I honestly did not, just about Fenty Beauty, and like it just exceeds expectations. But let me stop ranting and just get right to it in like specifics. So basically about this palette, I think she put so many great like creative colors in here. I'm so excited to continue doing looks and playing around with it. I used 3 different shimmer shades, and like, yes, I do think and wish that there were some mattes, and if this palette was going to be all shimmer, maybe come out with another palette that has some mattes in it, you know, some variation, because this is all we have. So if you are like new to makeup or just don't have a lot of makeup, you can buy this, but you're definitely going to need another palette that has mattes, because there's no way you can just make a look just solely on this unless you're just trying to look like a galaxy, like the palette, and that's cool too. You can slay that way, but you know, for a standard look, yeah. Also, I don't think this is really for the faint of the heart. Like, there's just so much to play with. It's so much fun colors. Like I said, when I went to the store, I swatched the other lippies that I did not buy, and you know, they were, you know, they got a little spritzing. But what I love actually about the lipsticks, which I actually thought was going to be a con when I started, and then I reflected, I was like, actually for me personally, this is perfect. The lipsticks were a little bit sheer and you had to build them up, and they didn't seem that like, wow. But then I thought about, I'm like, me? I'm such a nude girl, but I am not basic either. So I like nude lips, but I do wish I had more lipsticks that were like nude with a pinch of pizzazz, and it's so hard to find those. And I felt like this lip gloss, the lippy underneath and what she had, is what I've been looking for. So I actually really want to go back and get some of the other lipsticks as well, just because they're just extra enough that you're not basic, but you know, they're still simple and just glam. And like I said, I love glitter. I love this collection. I'm obsessed. If I had to rank it, I would rank it a 9.75 out of 10. The only reason I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 is because a 10 out of 10 is just like perfection. And like I said, I do wish this had mattes, and when I swatched it was weird, but who cares about swatching? What matters is what's on the eye. And I did not spray my lids, and OMG, look at that. Zoom in for you, like, this is a Fenty beat. You get the point, get the palette, get the collection, and you guys are definitely gonna see this palette again in future tutorials, so